Harper Zilmer just shocked her fans when she announced she's done with her podcast.
I'm not going to be part of the podcast soon, I'm sorry.
Whoa. Harper's leaving.
She got everyone super confused because this news came out of nowhere. She's been on the LOL podcast for such a long time and it brought her millions of fans and followers, but now she's leaving?
God, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on.
No.
Apparently, she had a good reason for it though. Her co-host realized that something was going on because she was acting very strange and it really looked like something was off on a deeper level. That's when Harper finally opened up and confessed what's been bugging her.
I've had a bad day at school.
What happened?
If I said it, then I would get bashed at school once again.
She admitted that her being on a podcast made other kids bully her at school. And now it's gotten so bad that she wants to quit for good.
I've had the worst day ever.
She claimed all of her classmates were making fun of her for even taking part in the podcast, even though that same podcast made her a famous influencer worldwide. At one point, Harper even broke down because she had just learned that even her best friend ended up stabbing her in the back.
Did your friend, intend to throw you under the bus?
Pretty much, yeah.
And the most depressing thing is that Harper feels like she has no one other than her co-hosts, who are significantly older than her.
I get excited to come here because y'all are my only form of friendship.
However, if that's the case, why would she be leaving the podcast then? Well, as much as her fans sympathize and support Harper, some of them think she's only making up this entire bullying story because she loves drama, which consequently brings her clout. In fact, Harper said she's convinced that the only reason the podcast is still on is because she's there to entertain the audience.
I want y'all to know that I'm the favorite host on this podcast and y'all cannot argue.
So that's why many think she was just playing a character to help the episode get more views. However, this wasn't the first time she did something so dramatic just to get all eyes on her. She recently started crying when the group was talking about their mental health struggles.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
She complains she's dealing with severe OCD, anxiety, and ADHD.
I had to do things to myself so my family wouldn't. I had to do so many different things to make sure that I wouldn't hurt anybody.
But just as everyone around her started comforting her and trying to make her feel better, she said her online venting is a good way to attract more views.
No, actually, I don't care. People will relate.
And when all the crying around and feeling sorry for herself stopped, she even said this.
So was that a sad enough story?
So she might just be a 15-year-old girl, but she sure knows how to manipulate her fans to make herself look more relatable. Also, there's another big reason people think Harper would never abandon her podcast and her co-host.
But I'm making a lot of money.
Y'all heard it here first. Harper only cares about the bag, not the paw.
However, some of her fans are still worried that she might actually leave because, after all, she's just a teenage girl and she could easily spiral if the bullying becomes too much for her. But what do you guys think? Is Harper actually leaving the podcast or did she just say it to get more clout?